Hey there YouTube, Gary here with Better Image Photography. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of my equipment. This is the equipment that I use most often, and while I don't carry it all with me, I will carry some various mixture of it with me. Let's just get started. You can't see it from your perspective here, but I just have everything laid out in front of me. I'm going to show you, I'll just show you, go from here to here, I guess. First, I have my Nikon D5100. It is mounted with the 50mm 1.8G AFS. This is the lens with the built-in motor, so what's really nice is you can use it on any digital Nikon. It's a newer lens for me, but I have not stopped using it since I bought it. The D5100, you've probably seen a few reviews on it, has the articulate screen. I'm probably going to be using this to shoot most of my videos after this video. This is newer for me. Next to that, I have my baby. This is my Nikon D7000. Love this camera, it is awesome. On it, I have a Nikon 24-120 f4. This is also an AFS lens, so I can use it on the D5100 if I need to. It's got the nano coat, nice big opening, beautiful lens. This is a great combo as well. The ISO, the nice ISO of the D7000 makes it so the f4 is just fine. For the D7000 I have the battery grip. This is not the Nikon, this is Mikey or Miki. It's third party. It was only 50 bucks, so it's about a third of the price of the Nikon brand one. Moving on to the lenses, I have the kit lens for the D5100. This is the 18-55. Decent lens, can't really complain about it. I haven't really used it. It's really light. Might be one to give it to the girlfriend. The Nikon 70-300. This lens is actually my oldest lens. I've had this has survived most of my Nikon bodies, so it's a fun lens. I love to bring it to the zoo. I probably will eventually get a faster lens, but for now, can't go wrong with this. Side note, this is the only one that I don't always leave. This is the only one I store with the lens hood reversed. All of my other ones I actually store with the lens hood in the ready position. But this one, as you can see, is fairly massive when you have the lens hood in the ready position. Next is my Tokina. This is the 11-16 f2. This is a newer lens for me, so I haven't really gotten a chance to use it very much, but it's a beautiful lens. At 11mm on a DX crop body, it is actually about 16.5mm field of view, so that's really wide. Considering my next widest is 18mm, which is actually about 22mm field of view on a DX body. Actually, no, that would actually be 27mm field of view. But it's also just a really greatly constructed lens. You gotta love Tokina. They're just about the only third-party lens that I trust. Next, I have a couple of straps. This was actually my first strap that I bought, outside of my Nikon strap. It's kind of the sling, over the shoulder. This screws into the tripod mount. This is a quick strap, by the way. It's the cheaper version of Black Rapid's straps. This is the Black Rapid. This is actually the R5 Cargo, which is an awesome strap. It's a little more expensive, but after using this one and loving it, I decided to try out the Black Rapid. Comfortable lenses, or comfortable straps. Then I have tons of filters. These are, I think all of my lenses except for the 50mm are either 77 thread or 67 thread. So it's kind of nice to be able to use my screw-on filters on all of them. You know, more filters, more filters. I don't keep them on all the time, but they are nice to have. Battery chargers, AA rechargeable batteries. This one is for the D7000. This is for the D5100. I don't bring my chargers with me everywhere I go. I think that people that keep their chargers in their bag all the time are kind of dumb. You can lose them. They do add weight to your gear. They get bulky. Just leave it at home unless I'm going on a big trip. I have, for my strobist, 2 SB700s. I keep them in their, bag that came with it. Keep them with the gels, keep them with their foot, all that stuff. And then I have 2 of these, YN460 version 2. These are the Yongnuo. Awesome. These flashes are full manual. I don't use them on the camera body. I use them for off-camera strobist. They do have an optical slave, and they also, like I said, they're full manual. Also have the Yongnuo 560. This has a guide number with the, I believe it's the Canon 580 EX2. It's actually the same body that they use for the 580 EX2. It's supposed to be around the same output as an SB900. Again, full manual, does have a optical slave built into it. Then I use these too for my off-camera strobist. These are YN603 INs. They are, you know how for like pocket wizards and stuff like that, you have a transmitter and a receiver. These are what they call a transceiver. Each one of these connect as a transmitter and a receiver. Just mount it onto the camera for you to be a transmitter, and then you mount your flash into the hot shoe for it to be a receiver. These are awesome. You can also plug this cord into the side of it, and this will plug into your camera, and you can use it as a radio popper for to activate your shutter. So they're multi-used. I have not had a single problem with misfire on these. More strobist. These are my light mounts. They go on my light stands, and they actually make it so I can mount my hot shoe on a light stand, and they do have accept umbrella stems. So these make it so I can add light modifiers to my on-camera flashes. I have a few of these. I have a few light stands as well. And then I have a Ziploc baggie full of microfiber cloths. These, I think I have probably about 15, maybe 20 microfiber cloths. Use it once to clean the lens, and then they go right into the dirty pile. I never use it more than once per washing, because microfiber does hold on to dust. If you have dust in your cloth, then you're basically cleaning your lens with sandpaper. So I avoid ever using it more than once without washing them. Business cards, while I don't keep the whole box with me, I do grab a few every time I go out. I got these printed by Vistaprint. I like my business cards. Vistaprint does pretty good quality for a decent price. Check them out. I'll put a link for them in their comments. And then I have some just cleaning solution. I have a catch-all bag. This has like another one of the cords for my transceivers, as flash feet. Also, mostly a ton of AA's in here. This is fun, actually, right here. This is my Selfie CP800. This is a instant printer. It can even be battery operated if you wanted to, battery powered. I just plug this into my camera and push a button on my camera, and it will actually just print out beautiful, high quality 4x6 prints. I did a gig for Halloween where I took pictures of kids in their costumes for their parents, and then their parents got an instant 4x6. I made a decent amount of money off of that, more than enough to pay for this little guy. I also have my, memory card wallet. There's about 32 gigs in my D7000, 32 gigs in my 5100, and probably about another 50 or probably about another 32 gigs that I keep in here in storage. Never caught without them. This is my tablet. It is fun. I hope to get an iFi memory card because you can actually it'll transmit the picture straight from your camera body to your tablet. No need to tether it or anything, and so you can actually take a picture and let someone view their picture right away on a big 10-inch screen. I do bring this with me because it's lighter than a laptop, but remember, a tablet will never replace a laptop. There are Windows-based tablets, but we're kind of still pretty far away from them being powerful enough to really do any serious editing. I have a bunch of pens and pencils. I like my pens and pencils. This is a Moleskine notebook, actually. I do keep it with me. Moleskine notebooks are awesome. It is high quality, can take a lot of damage, and they're just nice. They're a little spendy, but they're pretty nice. I think they're worth it. Probably my best piece of gear. I don't carry this around with me all the time, of course, but magazines. Photography magazines. Tons of them. This is just probably about 1/10 of what I have. I should probably start donating these or something. But if I could give someone only one present who is trying to get into photography, it wouldn't be a lens, it wouldn't be any kind of gear like this. I would get them a subscription. Because when you're a photographer or you want to be a photographer, you should always be learning. You should always be looking at pictures every day, beautiful pictures, and emulate. The quickest way to learn is just to try to copy stuff and then add your own flair to it. Tons of magazines. Girlfriend hates it. Well, various umbrellas. This is a shoot through. It's pretty small. This is what they call it's a brolly box. What it is, it's a giant umbrella that has basically like your softbox cover on it. And it's a way that I can use my on-camera flashes for like a softbox effect, and it's more portable than a softbox. I have a 43-inch pop-out reflector. I'm not going to open this because you've all seen most likely seen what it is. If you have never seen what these are, Google it or YouTube it real quick. Just search it somewhere, whatever. They pop out to about 43 inches. It has a white side, silver side, gold side, and a black side, and reflects light. It was only about 20 bucks. If you only have one flash, pick one of these up. It's almost like having two flashes that way. I have various backdrops. I do have a backdrop set. I might do a review on that someday because it's a cowboy studio. Cheaper, but I don't use backdrops very often. I prefer to go somewhere and use what they have there. Nature is a beautiful backdrop. But I figured I'm not going to do this as a what's in my camera bag, because on my next video I'm going to show you guys how I pack each one of my camera bags, and just also probably do a mini review of each of the camera bags. So this is a question I have for you guys, for the viewer. What is the next piece of camera equipment you plan on buying? If, let's say, money wasn't a factor, what would you buy? But even with money being a factor, what is the next thing you will be buying when it comes to camera equipment? I'll give you guys my answer on my next video. You guys answer in the comments. Remember to subscribe, rate this video, and come back and watch my next video. Thanks for watching. This is Gary with Better Image Photography. Have a good one.